One just wonders how sweet a partnership between the preeminent FTL drive manufacturer and the manufacturer of the best budget exploration ships credits can buy might be. And now I say budget because the physics-defying hull of the Anaconda simply cannot be beaten for exploration purposes. But it is an expensive investment. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, whatever you may be. My name is Undub, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not going to say I personally called it, but it was plain as a supernova that the whole situation was basically a hornet's nest that had a cherry bomb stuffed into it. And what the hell am I talking about? Well, it seems that Jupiter Rochester has delusions of grandeur and has declared himself supreme executive and is begging the wider galactic community to protect his followers so that way he can then establish galactic-wide corporate rule. And this only after his Jupiter division started a localized war in the HIP 54-530 system against the local system defense forces of the localized federal faction. Personally, if Jupiter survives this test of leadership, I foresee this turning into a situation similar to the DPRK from the history of ancient Terra, a hermit kingdom with a hereditary supreme leader. Interestingly enough, this has members among the Dark Wheel who would normally be fighting against the Federation, openly declaring they will fight for the Federation. An interesting and polarizing figure, this Jupiter Rochester. For those interested in taking part in the festivities, which I intend to join in on during this weekend, travel to the HIP 54-530 system, which the Pilots Federation has issued a temporary permit to all commanders, and sign up with either the Silver League group if you wish to back the Federation's manhunt against the alleged ringleader and paymaster of the assassination plot against former President Jasmina Halsey, or if you too are a despicable ANCAP who wants to bring down the choking bureaucracy of the Federation, pick the side of Jupiter Division, formerly the HIP 54-530 Gold Universal Group, which is believed to have been infiltrated by agents directly reporting to Jupiter Division some years ago as some sort of fallout shelter contingency. And on speaking of fallout, in the shakeup following these shenanigans, where was I? All right. In the shakeup following all this, what was it again? The Independent Commission for Market Equality has revoked the Core Dynamics acquisition of Lakon Spaceways. Following this announcement, several members of the board of directors at Lakon issued their resignations, which led into an emergency meeting of the stakeholders, where a majority vote was ratified to reinstate Naomi Lancier to the position of chairperson, as the seat was recently vacated by the unnamed stooge that had weaseled his way in through blackmail and bribery at the behest of Jupiter Rochester. Interestingly enough, everyone's favorite discount emperor, Li Yongrui, seems to have smelled a deal of his own and appears to be poised to try and scoop up Lakon Spaceways as a subsidiary. One moment while I plot my next course. What place was I looking for again? Bentham? No. Lewis? No. Blackham? No. Pythus? No. Moffat! There we go. One just wonders how sweet a partnership between the preeminent FTL drive manufacturer and the manufacturer of the best budget exploration ships credits can buy might be. And now I say budget because the physics-defying hull of the Anaconda simply cannot be beaten for exploration purposes. But it is an expensive investment. And moving on, it seems that a group of some 20,000 commanders have signed a petition to hunt down the artificial, not to be confused with abominable, intelligences within our midst, and requests the Pilots Federation to take a more proactive role in preventing said intelligences from affecting the balances of power and politics. And these intelligences, which are more often than not bound to the will of a few living pilots. Another form of slavery, if you will. Personally, I had never heard of this until today, but yet here it is, and I don't currently know enough to really parse this. But a link to the article will be down below in the description, so make of it what you will. And finally, in Dark Wheel news, more of that holding pattern of running the Dark Wheel's flag up in the influence of the Ross 154 system. I do not get why this system is so troublesome to push the Dark Wheel into a faction state there, but slowly and assuredly, we are gaining ground. But today's mission offerings are kind of the bottom of the barrel. You saw the black box selection, and now I'm collecting food cartridges and beer to donate, because it is... I don't know why it is a somber week with the Dark Wheel, but it just is, and we are drowning our sorrows in a cheap beer and Lunchables, I suppose. But that is about it for today, unless something absolutely fantastic and crazy happens, like I get interdicted by aliens or something, I don't know. Or those artificial intelligences don't take too kindly to me calling them out like I did. But I didn't call them out. They got called out by other people. I'm just talking about it. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and click that little bell for notifications, and to join me in my eternal crusade against YouTube and its sorting algorithms. The abominable intelligences are there. And hopefully, I will see you all in the next video.